Hello everyone, and well, after much speculation, a new Nintendo Direct has just streamed earlier today. It is about an hour or so after it did that, my time zone, Pacific, and I'm just gonna give you my thoughts on the matter in this vlog here. I still must point out I'm still working on getting my software installed on my computer, so it is definitely gonna be a temporary workaround for that until now. But I am going to address as briefly my thoughts on the announcements of both the Nintendo 3DS and the Switch. Some of them I expected to happen, others a bit of surprise, so let's get started. I'm gonna go. So, WarioWare Gold, 300 micro games, the biggest game in the series, and even though it's not my favorite series of party games on the console, it's definitely entertaining nonetheless. There's these kind of hyper-connected micro games. Might think about it. Dylan's Dead Heatbreakers. And a a spin-off rather to Dylan's Rolling Western that combines elements of tower defense, action, and Western style visuals and gameplay. There's going to be a demo coming on May 10th. The full game will be released on May 24th. Doesn't look my particular cup of tea. I'm not really familiar with it, but I'll keep an eye on it. How they to play some new ones first. And gonna, I was pleasantly surprised to see there be re-releases / remakes of Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, as well as Luigi's Mansion, the original one. I still haven't played Dark Moon yet, but it was good. Wow. Bowser's Inside Story is pretty fun. Luigi's Mansion, and it's kind of underrated. It's not actually the original GameCube version. And while Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr. story is not coming to 2019, Luigi's Mansion is going to be coming around in 2018 on 3DS. The bottom screen is going to be where the Game Boy Horror map is going to be. Pretty nice, I'd say. And as I pointed out before, Detective Pikachu's coming out on 23rd. I finally got my pre-orders paid off the other day. And of the game itself, the amiibo, however, should be determined. It's going to be roughly double the scale of this one I have here, and that is to be determined. I wasn't able to get any pre-orders in on those, but my nearest GameStop says they will have them on launch day, so it's going to determine how much I'll be able to do before then. And now moving on to Switch, I still don't have it yet, but I'm definitely looking into it soon, given how the first year's been a big success. Means there's going to be more to keep up the success coming of both new games as well as ports of old favorites. That's Kirby Star Allies. More information on that, which they unveiled at E3 last year. Here, looks like a slightly more complex version of that battle. Something things I have on 3DS. Looks like fun. We have Dream Allies of King Dedede, Meta Knight, and Waddle Dee, Bandana start out, as well as other ones like Rick, Keen, Koo, Marks, and Gooey from other Kirby games. It's coming later this month on March the 28th. Okami HD. It's an excellent game on both the PS2 and the Wii. Something controlling similarly to the Wii version which I had, which I absolutely love, by the way, and I encourage you, if you have played it, great. It'd be good to say chance to do so again. If you haven't, please play it. I was really disappointed that I got outsold by some of the Just Dance games. Seriously, how many Game of the Year awards does a game have to win before you check it out? Honestly. And if you forgive that, Octopath Traveler is finally coming out on July 13th. And it still looks interesting. There's a potential new IP, I'd say. I've been wanting to find out more about that for a while. Glad I have. Another pleasant surprise. No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again. And with the infamous Batman as your partner, and I can't wait to see more Travis Touchdown. Basically, it's less like Wade Watts and more like Deadpool, all mixed with Dante, from the Devil May Cry games, and much like Bayonetta, first two ones coming back out, as well as getting a third game soon. I always appreciated seeing more Hideki Kamiya's work on this console. I mean, Dark Souls Remastered with amiibo abilities, with the Solar of Astora. I mean, I'm forgiven if I'm pronouncing that wrong, since looks interesting. So now you can say you died over and over in all sorts of new environments. The big one this direct was Mario Tennis Aces, which features also new characters and gameplay modes and techniques. Hopefully, it'll be better than Mario Tennis Ultra Smash was, because it's just that I didn't dislike as much as some other people did. You just had no other barking. I mean, but I can understand why not everyone did. It's coming out in June. Another pleasant surprise, a port of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I'm just glad had that it's going to be coming out on July 13th, since I still haven't played the original Wii U version yet, but also it's going to be a 3DS port too. It should be lots of fun. Another port, Undertale. I have not played that yet, but I want to, even with how some of the game's fans have been overeager. But I still don't believe they're indicative of whole games, its main. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, looks like fun still, coming out on July 10th. I mean, there's a lot of good ones coming, this year, Little Nightmares, I do not recognize that one, but it should be entertaining nonetheless. South Park The Fractured But Whole, nice, a lot of people thought that might come there, and looks like it is, with all DLC will be available for purchase or Season Pass, with some new DLC as well. Hopefully it also gets Stick of Truth on there as well, given how they definitely are both better than the previous South Park games I've had on the system. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition coming out on May 18th. I mean, even though I wouldn't put them on the same pedestal as the other main Zelda games, as a spin-off based on the Warriors Musou platform, they're pretty fun, I think. Version 3.0 update of Splatoon 2, as well as new content for ARMS. The updates are coming, and also a paid DLC for the Octo expansion. I kind of like the whole font they have with that, as well as the 80s style, as well as the quasi-Terminator-like appearance of the Octolings. It's going to be playable, and Agent 8, and I'm still practicing the first game. Lots of fun. That's one key difference I noticed. I'm still getting amiibo challenges. That is, they didn't bombard the audience with the expectation that'd be another franchise, man. They just made one game, they expanded Positive 2, got a sequel, and most likely another one in the future, man. And last, but definitely not least, by any stretch of imagination, Super Smash Brothers Switch. I mean, so not sure whether it's going to be a totally new game. It will most likely be like a remastered 3DS Wii U version, which I love, by the way. I'm so glad the Inklings are going to be playable characters. They're part of my wild cards for the ballot, to be honest. I mean, and it's definitely a step up from the costumes I had in 3DS Wii U version. I'm definitely looking forward to playing that. I don't know to what extent and Sakurai is going to be involved with the game, but I believe that the series is in good hands with Namco Bandai, given their work on Tekken and Pokken Tournament, both games really enjoy, by the way. And even though not everything has come out yet, like say with Pokemon or the online play or the virtual console, I prefer if they release something that works and take their time to do it rather than try to get it for the money's sake. I mean, I believe even Miyamoto himself said what's that effect, and I just like how Koizumi and when he presented himself there, and which definitely gives me more reasons to enjoy my 3DS. So I think after Touch of Pikachu, I'm gonna work on getting my 3DS. This is looked at for the power system to be repaired, and on that note, I'm still gonna keep my Wii U around if I get a Switch soon for sentimental reasons, but even though it didn't go into much detail as I wanted, given how it's so spontaneous, what I decided to do, I thought I would just give you my just general feelings about the matter, and anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Tell me what you think about this direct in the comments, and I'll definitely look forward to playing all of these soon, and I will see you all later, hater.